That bad?
Are we ready to go? Let's do it. All right. Welcome into this week's episode of, oh my God. All right. Yep. Here we go. 3, 2. Welcome into this week's episode of So Let Me Ask You This, which is two buddies talking about life's trivial topics and insignificant issues. And I tell you what, my friend TK, first off, how are you? Because it's got to be better than me.
I was gonna come in venting about going back to work. Just I got a few beefs actually this week. I do have a few beefs, but from literally the sound of it above your apartment right now.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear it.
Like you're doing much worse.
No, it has sounded like a horror movie inside of my apartment for the last 12 hours or so. I mean, literally starting as soon as 8 a.m. And this isn't the only thing that I do here in front of this microphone and ring light. Like, I record several things, and like generally, this apartment for the first 5 months I lived here was a tranquil peace and this lake of solitude and just silence. And all of a sudden, the neighbors move in, and now they got the construction work. I mean, bro, it's so crazy. I'm not gonna show my camera and do all of that because it's just doing too much. But from my balcony, like, they're doing the apartment directly above me. They were throwing things off the balcony. So it was just thump, thump, thump,
like
outside of my window.
No,
it was like fabric. But it was still like a bunch of carpet or something. I'm like, oh my goodness. I understand that the fastest way is a straight line, but does it have to be the straight line outside my apartment? And let me tell you something else, TK. This is something that happens specifically in Los Angeles, because I've lived here now for just about 5 years. And I've lived in not necessarily every corner of this city, but I've lived in North Hollywood, I've lived in Mid-City, and I've lived in Inglewood. That is north, middle, and south. And everywhere I have laid my head for longer than 2 weeks in this godforsaken town, there is construction happening within earshot. And you know me, Taylor. I sleep with a random schedule. I spend most of my time during the day between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time unreachable because I'm asleep. Because I spend a lot of my time between 4 a.m. and 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time awake. So it's just, and the thing that really ticks me off, the thing that really truly grinds my gears about this entire situation is on the 3rd of July. It was a Friday. And this thing was happening. I mean, it was happening in my apartment. You know, it was like the construction woke me up from my nap, and I'm just, all right. I understand that we have to do construction. I understand that, I guess, who am I to stand in the way of gentrification? No, but I understand that we have to do construction. I understand that construction has to occur. And I understand I live in an apartment. All I'm asking for is a heads up. You know what I got, TK? No heads up. Not one heads up. Not a single heads up.
All heads down, huh?
Man. And it leads into a further thing, because like Los Angeles has really been working my nerve this week. These are some things that I never like, and I don't know if you can relate to it being in Dallas, because Dallas, while it's a big city, isn't necessarily the size. Like Los Angeles and New York are different animals when it comes to like the city size, right?
Yeah.
So, all right, let me just run you through my day. Okay, this wasn't today, but it was in between let's call it Thursday. Okay,
I feel like it involves the DMV. We'll get there. Keep going.
I didn't even think about the DMV. The DMV wasn't even part of this. Oh my God, that was another. Oh my goodness, Lord have mercy. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm 0 for 3. I'm 0 for 3. California 3, Martin none. I have lost this round. This round is over. I'm going back to the bench. My next time at bat will be approximately 8 outs later. Forgot all about the DMV. Yeah. So I'm at the mall. I need to buy a hat. Okay. Because I don't have a haircut.
Super random. Okay. I'm like, because that's a super random item to just go purchase. Like, you know what? I'm gonna go get a hat. Like I'll cop a hat. You know, I go to Lids or whatever. But for the most part, I go to Lids if I'm in the mall, and I'm just like, I'm gonna go buy Lids. You know what I'm saying? But like, other than that, I don't. You know.
And the mall is a stone's throw away. It's right there. So it's not like I'm going. It's not like I'm going over the river and through the woods. But I get to the mall, and I have this massive crick in my neck. And they have these little, like, the $10 like in the area of like massages, right? So I get one. Okay. Like 5 minutes in, my phone is going off. Like, whatever it is, it can't be that important. Just silence the phone, please. Right. I'll be there in 5 minutes. Okay. Especially because this is normally in my nap time. So like, I'm definitely.
Yeah. Because how long are those little in the mall massages? You're the only person that I know that has ever even gotten a massage.
I was down bad, bro. It's down bad.
I see. It's been a rough one. So how long are they? 10 minutes, 15 minutes?
Well, there's variance of time for different cost price, but I was paying $15 for 10 minutes. Yeah, I paid $15 for 10 minutes and got. But I get back to my phone, and my phone is telling me that I have a doctor's appointment. I was going to get my ears tested, right? So felt like it was a good idea. Well, it just felt like it was a good idea to go ahead and get everything under the hood checked out while I have this health insurance. Let's just say that, right?
Okay.
So I'm going to get my ears checked, and I go and I press the address in the calendar, right? And it says 37 minutes away, which in Los Angeles is pretty far because everything is like in your little area, right? You're not really ever traveling more than 20 minutes unless you're going to see someone or going to a specific like restaurant or something like that. But like the doctor's office should be 25 minutes away from where I am at the most. But I'm like, but it was 37 minutes. It's 12:20. My appointment is at 1:00. So I'm like, no time to think
right now.
Gotta go right now. You know what it was? It wasn't Thursday. It was Saturday. I remember it was Saturday because I'm on the 10 East going downtown, and Saturday midday traffic, which was like, it's not quite rush hour, but you're not exactly having a Sunday drive. Okay. I'm in there fighting. Okay. I'm in there fighting a good fight.
They are fighting the good fight above you. Let me tell you.
Man. So I'm fighting a good fight. So I get there, TK. I get to the address that I thought I put in my phone. Except I realized it says I'm 2 minutes from my destination. I'm like, no, I know where I am. There's no doctor's office around here. And I realized what I did. I pressed Los Angeles, CA instead of the address. And so it took me right to the middle of downtown Los Angeles.
Oh my. Oh my.
So now
you're not making the doctor's appointment, first of all.
100%. Oh, doctor's appointment is over. That's over. Unless I can teleport. Like, that thing is done. Like, that thing is over.
And now I'm just downtown Los Angeles.
For no reason whatsoever. And it's like, that's not exactly down the street, right? It took me 37 minutes to get there from the mall around the corner from my house. So I spent about 2.5 hours in the car driving around in a circle. And you know what I didn't get? A fucking hat. So you know what I had to do?
Go back to the mall.
I had to go back. No, I didn't go back to the mall. I didn't go back to the mall because the mall, like the way I came. Nah, man.
Where'd you go?
I was driving down La Brea, and I went back to the barber. The same barber. I think I've told you about my barber. And it's the relationship that me and my barber have and just how toxic it truly is. Because it is toxic. It's so toxic. He don't answer the phone when I call. He don't answer my texts. If I want to get my haircut, you know what I got to do?
Show up.
No. I got to go to the shop to schedule a haircut to come back to the shop.
Oh, no.
In 2021, Taylor.
No.
And then like the solution everybody has is like download the app. And I'm like, I understand that these things should be intuitive to me. But as you can understand, especially as you talk to me more in the last 2 weeks, just download the app is not just good for me. That's hard for me sometimes. Technology does not work for me in the way that it works for other people. And I understand this. Sometime around like 27, I turn to be 50 in the brain. Right? Like I know how to use everything before I turn 27.
But now, Well, so I was gonna that's where I'm glad you said that. So this week I actually got my haircut by a new person for the first time in a very long time. Because I have similar beefs with my barber. Although we don't have a toxic relationship, he's been cutting my hair my entire time in Dallas, but just overall, it'll be times. I mean, dude, the straw that broke the camel's back was I needed a haircut. It was 4th of July weekend. I do have some beefs with you people that the what? It's funny, but like, bro, it's the 4th of July. Anyway, so it was 4th of July weekend. I needed a haircut, and I texted him at I don't know, and it was my bad. I texted super late. It was 8 in the morning, 8 or 9 in the morning to ask, if there's any availability. But at least text me back and say, nah, bro, it's Friday. Like, that's out. 4th of July weekend, respond. Didn't hear from dude until like 4 p.m. And he texts me and says, not, hey, my bad, it's been busy, but where you at? What? I'm at home. Like, my dad, I was not patiently waiting outside of your apartment for you to text me back and say, what time would you like to come? Like, so by then I had already booked another appointment with somebody else, and it was good. I don't have any complaints. I enjoyed it. But to your point about the app, I have gone to somebody though that uses the app. So I lied. So he was the second person, but that was anyway. The app, The Cut, is the app that I'm familiar with. It is and does simplify things so much when it comes to getting a haircut. Like, I can log on and see your schedule. I can see if you're blocked off at this time, blah, 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 and get in there and get out. And I know for a fact that, like, you should be generally around the time that I need you to be, or at least that I have scheduled myself for.
I understand all of that.
You just I don't
maybe it's just I like going to the barbershop. I don't know. It was fine the way it was before. It worked for me. Like this streamlining of hair barber services is not one that this customer was asking for. Like, I like you go to the barbershop now in California, you walk in there and there will be like 4 people not cutting hair because their appointment is on the way. And it's like, but I'm here right now with a head full of hair.
Yeah,
you're driving me crazy.
It's pros and cons to it all, because you have to have the barber that is down to earth and not super corporate, not, like white collar. I don't want you cutting my hair in a suit. You know what I'm saying? I do want to be able to chill and be comfortable, talking about X, Y, or Z, or all of the above in your chair. But at the same time, I do need a level of professionalism, because, like, I am not sitting in the barbershop all day. I was spoiled growing up anyway, because my grandfather was a barber and cut my hair all the way until I left home to go to college. I didn't even know how much a haircut cost. Didn't know the price. And back then it was $10. When I first paid at Grambling, it was $10. What I wouldn't give for a $10 haircut right now of the same price.
That sounds like back in the days of black and white pictures.
Bro, yeah, because I pay 4 times the amount now. $40 is a standard haircut for me now. Now, I refuse to go any higher. If it goes any higher, I may just have to, like, grow my hair or figure out how to cut myself, because it's a steal. But anyway, I'm glad you made it through, because it sounds like life has been kicking your ass a little bit.
Oh, I mean, it is what it is, because I'll say this, like today, as I was getting it, today was one of those just terrible days, because it was like there was an accident in front of me and traffic was getting worse and worse in the direction I was heading. Imagine you're swimming upstream, it's just against the current, and there's more traffic just flowing into where you're headed, and it's just, ugh. But I put my windows down. I looked outside and I said, damn, it's nice out.
It was not
as I sat there on La Cienega. Exactly. Posted, chilling.
Today was actually the first time that I sat in. Yeah. I was gonna say I sat in traffic today too, because I returned to work.
Sorry for your loss. It's a horror movie up there, bro. There's saws, there's screams, there's stomps. They have no respect for me. None.
But yeah, man, I went back to work today. It was my first time back in the office in well over a year. For those wondering, yes, it sucks. Like truly. But I will say, and people won't admit this because they're like, we've been doing it at home for so long, we've proven we can do it, which is true. Because I'm only going once a week, right now. Then when things open up a little bit more, I'll go to 2 times a week, but that'll pretty much be it. So it is true. And yes, if you haven't swam by now, you've sunk, right? But I'm not gonna lie, bro. I got like quite a bit of work done today. Simply because there's literally no distractions. Like, I find myself at home planning for or setting benchmarks or goals. Okay, I'm gonna knock this out, and then I can go run an errand, or I can do X and do this. Well, when you're at work, there is no set a goal. You're done when it's time to go home. So I did get this much more work done, and
man, that is
at the end of the day.
That concept is one that I just do not like. I have so much trouble fundamentally understanding. Like the work's just not like done ever. Like you just go back and it's just still there tomorrow. It's never just finished. I'm not saying that you don't do your work. I'm just saying it's just a continuous.
Yes and no. Yes and no. In my specific industry, in my specific role, sure, it's done. Like I'm working on buys that are going to run this quarter for third quarter. When third quarter buys are done, I'll be working on fourth quarter buys. But working on those is going to put me ahead. I could wait longer, but you might as well just get ahead on it, because at the end of the day, after fourth quarter is going to come first quarter. So you can let it all pile up, or you could just keep chipping away at this never ending mountain. It's just all about.
That's what I'm saying. So it just never. Nah. Like it's just once for me, it's like once the show ends, it's over. It happens.
Yeah, but you have to come back. But you have to come back tomorrow.
True.
So
But I guess we're doing the same fundamental thing the same day, but each day is a little different.
True, each day is different for me as well. It just depends on what's on my desk and what needs to be taken care of at the immediate moment, I guess. It's just.
I will say this:
circle.
I'm ready for the rest of everyone else to go back to work, because for me going back to work, I'm off work at 10 a.m. But the whole world was my oyster. I was never in traffic. I was never doing anything. You know what I never did before that? Was sit in line in the DMV for 3 hours.
Here we go with the DMV again. Because let's figure out this wallet thing. Like what has happened?
Man,
are you still without identification?
No, I am no longer driving dirty. I now have identification. Now the picture is questionable, seeing as there is not one. It's a piece of paper, but identification nonetheless. Yeah. So basically, they won't let me make an appointment at the DMV because my services just require so much attention, apparently, that you just have to walk in. Okay. So I go, I'm trying to walk in, and I live around the corner from the DMV, and I can go and I see the line, and it's so first I go, I don't know if I told that here, but first I go and it says 10-minute appointments. Like the appointment is 10 minutes.
We talked
about it.
Okay,
exactly. So I'm standing in line. So now I know what a 2-hour line looks like, right? So I'm driving past. I'm like, that's a 2-hour line. That's a 2-hour line. That's a 2-hour line. And then finally,
okay, you've become a pro in 2-hour lines.
Yeah, I could see. He's like, oh, she's gonna say it. So finally,
good estimation. Gotcha.
Yesterday, I'm like, this is silly. This is just going to be a 2-hour line. That's what the bottom line. That's what this is going to be, right? Because I figured if there was ever a day when people were going to be at work, it was going to be the day after the federal 4th of July holiday, right?
Sure.
Like, I don't know. It just made, I don't know. It made sense up there.
On Tuesday, yesterday. Yeah.
Yes. The day after the observed holiday, right? So
because at this point you've had like 5 days off. You've had like
you got to take your ass to work. Yeah, go to work. Go to work. Get there. It's like 2:30 in the afternoon. Close at 5:15. The lady comes out and hands the last person in line card to a woman 4 people in front of me.
Oh my God.
I'm given a choice in this moment. I can wait it out or I can dip. I got my little Kindle. I'm reading my book. I'm like,
how long have you been there?
45 minutes.
Oh, that's a tough situation to be in too.
So I said,
at this point, I've spent an hour. I've spent an hour here. Like,
I've spent an hour. Like, I've already. What am I gonna do when I go home? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just gonna. Damn, I really could use a driver's license. That's what I'm gonna think when I go home. So I'm like, all right, we're thugging it out. So I'm sitting there reading the book. We're inching closer. One person in front of me leaves. Every person in front of me left felt like, it was like survival of the fittest, like some Darwinism type shit, where we're just like hanging in there and just like, I was just like, nah, give me your time. Somebody ordered the pizza to the line. Like, it was madness. So
are you saying, hold on.
Yes, that's how long we were there. Somebody ordered a pizza from the Domino's up La Brea down the street to the DMV. It's like 4 blocks. It's like 4 blocks. But like, you were there in plenty enough time to order some. Plenty enough time, easily.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So they come out.
Just imagine being no pause. We're not gonna gloss over this. Imagine being the delivery guy. That's like you walking up. You like Devontae. Yeah, 10:37, bro.
Like, I'm not. That's exactly how it went down, bro. That pizza was delivered to the line. I swear to you. Pizza was delivered. Okay. That's the thing about going to the places like the DMV is like you get to see a full subsection of whatever city you live in, right? You get to see really what's going down, really a good sense of everyone who's in there. So we turn the corner. Now, like the doors are there, like you can see it, bro. It's 4:30. They close at 5:15. I text my sister. I got 45 minutes and 5 people in front of me. What do you think? It's like we're getting there. Okay. She comes out. The DMV official comes out. She waves in the last person in line. All the guaranteed spots in line are now in. Now we have to see about capacity, all this other stuff. She comes back out. I'm fourth. And I'm the 4th person. Okay.
I'm literally on the edge of my seat.
She says the next 3 people. Now, she said the next 3 people. However, 2 of the people in front of me were father and son, which I feel should only qualify as 1 person. Let that boy go in there by himself and get his driver's license. He don't need no supervision. Like, no, you get 1 person. Okay. So the 3 go, and I was about to get it too. So the 3 go. And the woman who was said the 3, she turned her back. Okay. So I start to walk. And security guard sees me. And I give him the old Southern, like, how you doing? Nice to see you. And he's like, all right now. Right? Because everybody's at the DMV waiting for 3.5 hours. Everybody's pissed off. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they got a McDonald's smile on. And so I get in there. And all of a sudden, I hear the woman shriek, I said 3. And I look behind me, bro. And there's a family of Spanish-speaking people of no less than 8 Spanish. Like they didn't speak English. They don't even know. There's no less than 8 people behind me who were like thinking that like it's time to go in. And I just looked back. I was like, oh man, damn. Like I couldn't even be mad. I was this close. But when I tell you they were in my back pocket, bro, they were right behind me. So I go back. I'm first in line. Luckily, she lets me in next. And when I get in there, bro, oh, my Lord. I sent you a video on Instagram, I believe. There was somebody at the register giving whoever the poor woman, because that's the thing. You go to a place like the DMV, the post office, they just at work. They not the reason that you was outside for 3.5 hours, even as much as you would like them to be. They're just at work. It is your government at fault here. This is the issue. You know what I'm saying? Plus COVID, right. Plus all this. My man ripped his mask off, threw it down. You B word. I've been here since 8:30 in the morning. Give me my effing this and that. And like was having a true episode.
Yeah.
And it was one of those like, man, I really need to get my driver's license right now. I'm like trying to get like somebody off to the side. Like I understand that's happening, but there's security here. Right. Like, can we get me? Like I am not upset at all.
I'm trying to get straight.
I just need you to print out this little piece of paper for me.
Right.
That's all I've been here for. And so this is my wallet situation. And this is why I'm voluntarily subjecting myself to this situation again on Friday. I have an appointment at 9 a.m. I'm going to get a state ID. So I'm going to have a state ID, a driver's license, and a passport. And I'm going to keep my driver's license in my car at all times, locked up with my insurance information. I'm going to keep my state ID on my cell phone at all times.
Okay.
And when I travel, I'll bring my passport. And I think that's a foolproof plan to where if I go spend 2.5 more hours at the DMV on Friday, I may never have to go back.
You know, they have like the mobile passport thing too on your phone, but you're just not good at technology. So.
I have a physical passport.
So do I.
I mean, you know, I don't know. It's too much.
Well,
the mobile passport maybe one day.
So you mentioned this guy ripped his mask off. First of all, I live in Texas where masks are absolutely voluntary, pretty much. It's supposed to be.
I'd say at this point, masks are dangling from the ears.
Huh?
Masks are dangling. Masks in LA are dangling from the ear at this point.
Yeah. True indeed. So, regardless, I realized this week that I myself am very mask discriminatory. Very much so. So I live across from Kroger, as I've mentioned time and time again here. I'm sure those stories will continue. And I don't wear a mask in there. I feel safe. You've been in my neighborhood, nice people, nice cars in the parking lot of the Kroger and things like that. I just feel like, all right, well, these people take care of themselves a little bit more, you know, and I'm not up on anybody. So I don't wear a mask. I've elected not to. I am vaccinated, but I've elected not to. Time and time again, I've gone in Kroger and I'm just like, whatever. I've been in here so much that by now, if they had something, I got it, you know. Now, that said, Walmart, I needed to get golf balls, most of which I've lost at this point. I am terrible. I needed to get golf balls. And I went to Walmart. Bro, I think I wore 2 masks. Like, I can't do it. Walmart just feels like a place that you need to wrap up. Like, you can't go in that thing raw. You can't. You are going to walk out with something. I think I will wear a mask in Walmart for the rest of my life.
But don't you? So my thing is, and more whatever floats your boat. I wear a mask in public just simply because it makes me
uneasy.
It doesn't make me no. It makes me feel better. Like
for other people
around. No, it like I don't know where these other people been at. Oh no. Okay. Got a text. I thought he was talking about this Wednesday. I was like, bro, I'm gonna have to reschedule. Anyway, like, I'm sorry, I just got to reschedule.
Man, it's all over.
I'm tired. I was like, yeah. By 8:30, I'm out of gas, bro. I do not see it in the cards. I do not see it in my cards tonight. No. So in terms of wearing a mask, I have a mask pretty much in my pocket at all times. I don't wear a mask around my apartment complex. I don't wear a mask anymore, bro. I don't wear a mask
anymore.
Like I wear it like to go outside.
I thought you
like,
said you wear it to make other people feel better or whatever.
I don't know, but I realized as I was thinking about the places where I wear a mask, like I wear a mask like in the store, but like as like a general, like like in California, it was like you were wearing a mask, like when you got out of your car, like like I don't. Like now, I wear like I'll put my mask on as I get to the door of the place that I'm going to, and if nobody else is in there has a mask on, I'm not wearing it. I thought that was the whole point of getting the shots.
That's kind of how I've come to the conclusion of not wearing a mask in Kroger, because I was going in and everybody was I was the oddball for wearing a mask, and one day I was just like, I got to the door, I think really, and I didn't have a mask on, and then I said, I'm not wearing a mask. Like, I'm not wearing a mask right now. I'm just going to go inside. Like, I'm going to go inside. I'm going to do what I need to do. And I'm going to get out of here. Like, and nobody's going to tell me anything. And guess what? Nobody said anything. I am glad that all the mask and non-mask beef is kind of over. This shit is terrible. I'm glad
all day, bro.
Yeah, that was
all day, bro. It's been all day. And honestly, this is like the quietest that it's been. Like at 2:00 this afternoon, there was literally no way. I was living inside of Ace Hardware, bro. Like that's what it sounded like. It sounded like Lowe's inside of my apartment, bro.
That boy got low. He got low living above him.
I'm not joking. I don't know what this is called on the ceiling. It's like your standard like it's not like college apartment ceiling, but it's just about right. It's like whatever that white stuff is. That's like
spackle,
stucco, whatever. Well, you know what? The stucco came unstuck. It came unstucco from the ceiling because they was banging on the floor upstairs so hard. I had to sweep the floor today from upstairs.
Yeah, that's annoying.
I pay way too much money.
Well,
for
this. I got a little beef too. I just have beef with, as we just mentioned, we celebrated 4th of July holiday. No matter how you feel about it, whatever, it was the 4th of July, and it was a holiday recognized by the United States of America. So we just celebrated that. And I understand and I appreciate everybody that is focused on Juneteenth, that is, reclaiming our Black and being more, pro-Black. And I am with you 100%. I really do stand with us. But I guarantee you took that day off of work. Like, don't tell me about how you are so against 4th of July and my people weren't free and blah, 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 when you took that holiday pay. So I just kind of feel like you should just like shut up. Like, okay, like you mentioned this before. When we lived in Michigan, they had Yom Kippur and other Jewish holidays, none of which I've ever celebrated. But I took that day off of school.
Yeah, but I also didn't go and post like Happy Yom Kippur on Instagram. And I don't know, like,
correct. You don't have also to do that like, though, either.
But there's like a level of there's a level of history that goes into the 4th of July that doesn't necessarily go into holidays like Yom Kippur, especially for us Black folk.
Nah, heard. But hey, if this country wants to celebrate their independence, whether we weren't free or not, if they want to celebrate that, I'm gonna take my Black self home and take my day off of work and not care. I also don't own anything that has the American flag on it, so I wasn't like dressed head to toe in Star Spangled.
Yeah, I'm about to say like I don't. What hill are you on? Because like the way I quote celebrated the 4th of July, I just watched Fast and the Furious movies, which I feel like honestly it's about as American as it can get. As I said,
it is. That's American muscle right there, boy. That's family. I don't know, because as I've said this, I'm trying to figure out which hill I'm on as well. But I'm on the hill of you don't have to celebrate it. You don't have to celebrate it, but don't speak as if like it doesn't necessarily matter, I guess, when
I just didn't speak about it at all.
But you still eating barbecue, you still, you know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. So you're unintentionally still celebrating it, aren't you?
I mean, I suppose you could also be celebrating the August 3rd, that day when you have a barbecue. The 3rd of August or the 5th of May. Like if that's the case, right. That 21st of May barbecue goes up every year.
That's right. I mean, but overall, I mean, I am in the belief that it's been good to see people like very like woke without being like the woke guy. Like you could be woke without being Dr. Umar. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, I put it like, I'm not Hispanic, but like when people got together on the 5th of May, I went out and had a good time.
Hey, but that's not the Mexican Independence Day though. Like true Mexicans don't recognize Cinco.
What I know,
but at the same time,
what I know is that it got nothing to do with me.
Drunk.
It's got nothing to do with me. And
it's same thing. It's literally the same thing. That's true. Because even though Hispanics may not recognize Cinco de Mayo, they still like, at least some, or the ones that I know are still like. Oh, well,
now, I will say this about the 4th of July. I'll say this about the 4th of July. I've now lived here. I got here in November, so it has been 4 4th of Julys, and I think that being in the 4th of July in Los Angeles and having something to do on the 5th of July, which consecutively have been 4 in a row, I've had to go to work the next day. It's living hell. It's living hell.
Because why?
Because I mean, I really should have recorded the sounds in my apartment, because you know how it sounds like I lived in Ace Hardware right now. Then it sounded like I lived in Black Hawk Down. Like literally, like I mean, just boom, 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 boom. Because the fireworks are so wildly illegal down here that everybody goes and buys their own show, right? So then, and then the other thing that you don't think about is I live in Unit 111. There's up to probably Unit 327 here. Probably 70 units. So that's at least 70 people, most of which have multiple people, all of which seem to have fireworks, all of which light them in the cul-de-sac.
These are your literal neighbors, like out front.
But that's the thing, though. They might be from out front of my building, from the building across the street, from the building across the street down the way a little bit. Like they're all out front of like everyone is outside lighting up fireworks. And I mean, bro, it's coming from the back, it's coming from the front, and it literally, like, I was literally laying down. I was like, I don't think I'm being too like doing too much to say this feels like I'm inside of a war zone. Like this has to be what war sounds like from miles away. Like this has to be it. Like
but you weren't alone. You weren't alone this year though. Like I had this problem, not on my street, but I could just hear them. They're all night. And I don't know if social media is just becoming more and more prevalent, which it is, or if I'm just getting older, so I notice the complaints, and my friends are getting older, so they complain more. But everybody seemed to have a problem with fireworks this year. Like it was out of control. I think they were making up for last year, bro. It's still going off, dude. I heard fireworks last night, bro. Today is the 7th. That is the 6th. The 6th. What?
Well,
Nobody celebrates the 6th of July.
Let me listen to this though. Fireworks have been good. Fireworks are just an Inglewood pastime, I suppose, because you'll remember back in my old apartment, we were playing Call of Duty. How many times you would hear, "What is that?" And I'll be like, "Oh, somebody outside just lit an M80. That's not a frag grenade." That was a thing, especially last June. It was the worst. Literally the worst. It used to just topic all the time at 97.1. They were just like, it was like anytime it was around like this time of the year and the hosts were being lazy, they just saw like fireworks, yay or nay. And I tell you, hot button issue, buddy. The people who like their fireworks, they love them. The people who don't, they're me and you.
Because I've never really understood the excitement behind it. Like, don't get me wrong, I get it from a child's perspective. I get it from a family guy perspective of just trying to, entertain. Some people do it like super big, and it's just like a weird flex to me though. Like, like you spent a whole bunch of money on some shit to explode, and like you have to clean it up later. Like,
I mean, quite literally, you set your money on fire.
Yeah. So I don't understand the excitement truly. Like, it's okay, I guess. If I'm out and we see a fireworks show, sure, I'll stop and look. But like, that also means I'm at like the county fair or some shit. Like I don't want to hear or see a firework, and I'm in the comforts of my own home.
Man, I tell you, I have had a healthy respect for fireworks ever since the 4th grade when one of the Rudolph twins left with both eyes for Christmas break and came back in February with one eye Roman candled shut. They used to be identical twins. One of them, and then you can very much tell one from the other.
Wow.
Called a Roman candle in the eye, bro.
They are quite dangerous, and I've never been one to do that.
They're literally exploding bombs.
I know people literally shoot like Roman candles at each other. I've never participated, bro. I'm way
not
too
intelligent.
Scared.
Would not recommend. 0 out of 10.
I'm way too scared for that. I'm good. That just because I would be the one that it would hit in the eye, and now I'm just out here without an eye, bro. So I'm one-eyed Ted, like all because I wanted to have fun with this little firework thing for literally 45 seconds of adrenaline. I'm cool.
And then on top of that, like, who's shooting it at you? What type of friend are you? What type of time are you on, bro? Why are you shooting at me? You're shooting this thing. You see this thing flaming? Oh, man. Got to surround yourself with better people.
I think this was it may have been in LA. I'm not sure. I don't want to put that on your new home. But I did see somebody lit a firework and threw it in somebody's car. Their top was down, threw it in their car. The car didn't blow up, but it exploded and blew up all in the car. Could have potentially killed this guy that's just driving down the street because somebody wants to be goofy. So I totally understand why they're illegal. I understand why people, especially stupid people, shouldn't have them, and that accidents are definitely, likely to happen. So it's not a thing that I'll be looking forward to in my house.
Man, I tell you what though, when we were little, we used to have this big old fireworks display in our neighborhood every year, and I mean that thing used to go up. The whole neighborhood would go, but it was different though. Like what happened here? Like I would feel if I had a dog. Oh my gosh, my dog. Like honestly, if I had ever
Pablo is chilling.
Honestly, I was thinking like if I had survived the mass shooting, like I couldn't imagine what this moment right now would feel like. He's hearing all these boom, boom, booms going off.
That's true. Yeah, typically not to get dark. Things for like no, but they have things for like victims with PTSD from war and stuff like that. That they'll have like I don't know, potentially like gatherings and things like that, so that they can not have to deal with that. So yeah, no, not to get dark, but I spent my 4th of July at the pool. And I was drinking some seltzers. I do want to say thank you.
All right, cool guy.
I'm messing with you. I'm giving you props, and here you go. I want to say thank you for putting me on the seltzers. I feel like we are the sirs of seltzers, because that's damn near all I drink now. Seltzers are for the win. It's definitely a way to like drink without drinking, like. Don't have to run the risk of a hangover. The worst thing that's going to happen to you is you're going to pee a lot because you're just drinking fluids. So It's
No,
not bad.
I'm definitely on the seltzer gang. Like definitely. Like, and you know what? I think honestly, I've never tried it before, but my friend Tyler has rarely led me astray. And he suggested I try this mineral water I've seen all around called Topo Chico.
Topo
He's like,
Chico?
bro,
I
if you
love Topo Chico.
Topo Chico, Topo Chico. There you go.
Same.
Whatever you want to call it.
I love it. I love it, bro. You've never had one?
Nah.
Oh, I wish I had known when you were here. I love them. They have a lime. They have a lime flavored water. It's a great way to get your water without thinking that you're drinking water because it tastes like soda.
I just had never had a problem drinking water like that. Like, it was just
me,
like,
I mean, me neither. But water's boring. You know, like sometimes water is just like, yeah, I'm thirsty, but I could use just this much flavor. You know.
And to this, I tell you, Taylor, grow up. No, I'm just kidding. Nah, but I will say this, dude. This one time, no, this actually I was talking about this earlier today because I went to Roscoe's, and Roscoe's was the end of my dating app experience 3.5 years ago. That's when I said I'm never doing another dating app ever again.
You went to Roscoe's on a date with somebody that you met on an app.
Yes, it wasn't like we matched inside the Roscoe's. No, we matched, coordinated, then went to the Roscoe's. But in another dating app story, I was talking to this girl. She said she didn't like the flavor of water.
That's understandable.
But that's just a weird thing to say. To say you don't like the flavor, so you just drink juice? Nah, I can't rock with
it. Wait. Hold on. Pause. Time out. She didn't like the flavor of this specific water or water in general?
Of water in general. I was like, do you want some water?
Oh, no.
Do you want some water? She's like, I don't like the flavor of water. Do you have any juice?
Oh, no. It's so, I didn't go out with her again. She stinks.
I don't have any juice. Oh, it's Roscoe's store. How about this? Okay, so check this out. I go to Roscoe's right there on Manchester. And this is the first time I've been back in the building since the scene of this incident. I'm on a Tinder date. Okay. Some of my friends have had varying success on Tinder. Me, not so much. I find myself just losing in general on Tinder. So this is why I no longer play the game. We go, it's Tuesday. It's a Tuesday. I said, you want to go get some tacos? She said, let's go to Roscoe's. Sure, why not? I'm being funny at this point in time.
I was about to say, does Roscoe's have tacos?
No, it's and honestly, if you went to Roscoe's and ordered the tacos, I'm a firm believer that if something is on the wall of the restaurant, that should be strongly considered in what you order.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna go to Roscoe's, get a salad. Like I got nothing for you. Yeah, I don't like it. Well, you didn't get the chicken and the waffles. Right. Yeah. So, but anyway, at this point in time, I'm not eating
Obama
meat.
Special. You got to get the Barack Obama.
Yeah, I get the Obama special, but I'm not eating meat, so I get 2 waffles instead. Just 2 waffles. Whatever. She says to the waiter, "Which one is round on one end and thin on the other?" I said, "What in the hell is she talking about?" The waiter doesn't miss a beat. He goes, "That's a drumstick." So I'm like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? Oh, wow. Okay.
And why does he know? How does he know to answer this? So like,
well, he works there. He's had this level of question before. I would imagine not from a girl approximately 28 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like you would think maybe I could see like somebody your nephew's age going and asking a question like that. He just can't remember the word, and he's also 6. Right, he's also 6.5. He still counts his ages in halves.
That is the main point. Correct.
Okay. Right. There we go. And then I can get with you. But the waiter, God bless him. God bless this young man. He turns to me. He says, "All right, sure, you got 2 waffles?" I said, "Yes, sir." He turns to her and says, "You got a thigh, 2 legs, and a waffle." And she looks back at him with neck roll, snap finger attitude of like the epic proportion. And she said, I said I wanted 2 drumsticks.
He just said you got a thigh and 2.
So I said you wanted I was like, and here's the thing. Here's the thing that's the most messed up part about the whole situation, Taylor. We were ordering our food, which means I had to be there for at least 35 more minutes. Realistically, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I know at this point in time, this thing is done. This ship is sailed. This goose is cooked. You name it. The fat lady is singing opera. Okay? It's over with for you, sweetheart. I'm going home because God forbid, we find some level of connection somewhere. You don't know what it's
no.
You know what I'm saying? God forbid. God forbid something terrible here happen. We slip and fall and end up together forever. Right? So we got to get I am on escape route. But I got 35 minutes minimum, unless I just get up and walk out. How cold is that? That's bad karma.
Well, did you pick her up?
No, we met there.
May not be a bad move.
I can't just. I've only ever thought about bathrooming it once, where you say I'm going to the bathroom, and you just take a sharp left and head out. I'll tell that's a story for another day. But I just feel that karma is going to come back, and I'm going to be taking out the girl who I want to marry. And she's like, one day, like, I'm going to have the ring and everything. And I'll be telling the waiter, I'll be like, yeah, champagne on ice, big dog. Ha, ha, ha. And then she's going to hit me with the psych. What you thought? And I'll be like, oh, man, I really shouldn't have did that back in July 2021.
That's cool. Well, look, so this week, I listened to the JBP. I am a fan of the Joe Budden podcast. Toxic or not, it's just.
I pray that you find freedom from those clamps.
Whatever. Anyway, but they posed a good question, and so I'm going to take this question. I would like to know, especially with you being single, and I can answer from when I was single, how many pots and pans or silverware do you have in your house?
Like a commensurate amount. I don't know, probably 2 skillets, 4 pots, 3 wood tops. Like enough to make a meal. Yeah, like enough to make a meal. If you wanted to come in here and make a meal, you wouldn't be like, you wouldn't be hard. I have the appropriate kitchen utensils for an adult.
Do you have a set? Like, did it come all together?
I have one set and then some holdovers from the old set that still go.
You're grown.
I am. Yes, I am an adult.
Yeah. I say that because when I was single,
I have enough silverware. I have enough silverware to fill the dishwasher with silverware and still go get a fork.
Hey,
that's
a flex.
Yeah,
that's a flex. Yeah. When you get to that level of adequate eating utensils,
my family came here. Yeah, I'll put it like my family came here and stayed with me for a week, and silverware wasn't on the purchase list of things I needed to get.
That is phenomenal, bro. I asked because when I was single, none of my shit matched. I'll be honest, like pots, pans, and skillets. I didn't have a set. I had things that I acquired, i.e., my mom's house and college. Silverware, I probably had like a smooth, like however many come in the pack, like 6 forks. And then like if you run through those, then you got to wash dishes. And then I had plates and things like that. I may have got a set here or whatever, but it wasn't all put together. And I heard that question. I was just like, that's a good question to ask Martin, because you are single, and I know a lot of single guys. You're rare in this case, just because like you eating by yourself, you living by yourself, you cleaning the dishes by yourself. So it's like I don't care what none of this looks like.
I'll say I
didn't even cook.
I have probably 6 dinner plates. 6 dinner plates that match and 2 that don't. Like I have like But I will say I could use some more saucer plates, like the smaller ones. But
Yeah.
I don't. But of all the things that I have no use for, like that has got to be. I feel like
I'll eat off of a paper plate. I'm not gonna lie,
no.
because then I don't have to wash the dish. I don't really like eating off of paper plates, but and right now and where I am in my life as far as time is concerned, a lot of times washing dishes is at the bottom of things that I want to or have time to do, or would like to set aside time to do. You know,
my bleeding liberal heart refuses to allow me to to use paper products on a regular
because
basis.
of recycling. Because of recycling.
It's just reusable resources. I'd rather, like I try to dry my hands on the dish towel. Like I don't know. I don't know why. Not to be like, I mean, the world would be better if more people were like active about their environmental footprint. Not that it would make too big of a difference. If you're really interested in it, there's a podcast on Throughline called Keep America Beautiful. I tell you, it's a very you know what? No, let's spend the last 4 minutes doing this. Do you know who runs the Keep America Beautiful ad campaign?
I don't.
Like it's a conglomeration of, because you remember those commercials, Keep America Beautiful, paid for by the ad campaign, right?
Sure.
It's a conglomeration of the biggest bottlers in the world. So like Coke, Pepsi, the people that are making the 6 rings that you put your cans in. Essentially, the people who are
killing turtles and stuff.
The people who are behind the Keep America Beautiful ad campaign are the biggest polluters in the United States. And the reason why the ad campaign exists, and the reason why I say, yes, I try to dry my hands on the dish towel. I don't run the shower water for 15 minutes before I get in it. I drive a hybrid, it's a Ford Fusion, but it's still a hybrid. But the reason why ultimately none of that will matter is because my individual contribution to this situation versus your individual contribution to the situation with you eating paper plates, it's not going to have any. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
There's no massive change, because as long as we are still using plastic bottles, I've had this bottle probably for like 2 weeks, and I've just it's just been in the house, and I just refill. I got a 5-gallon jug in the house. I have a 5-gallon jug in the house, and I refill it, and I just keep it in the house.
Okay, I get you. Yeah, my sister actually just got me a little reusable big like Starbucks cup that I love. So shout out to Sid the Kid.
Yeah.
So I do put my water in that and stuff like that. But
my thing is,
I don't eat off of paper plates every day. If I have my choice and I'm trying to be lazy, to be honest, then I will. But like for the most part, I hate eating off paper plates because you can't even cut into it without cutting the plate, and then now you look stupid.
Or now you got food on your pants.
Yeah, straight up. For the table.
Yeah, see, even honestly, even if I get takeout, I'll put the styrofoam on top of an actual hard plate.
No, I'm not doing that.
Well, that's why you got food in your pants.
Hey man, well, I did want to tell the listeners, viewers, however you are subscribing to this podcast, we hope that you have subscribed. We do have all social media outlets. So on all social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We don't have a TikTok. You won't catch me and Martin dancing. But if you would like, follow us at So Let Me Ask You This. You is just a you. We are, of course, more professional in our actual, pod name, but believe it or not, it's too many characters. So it's just you. So let me ask you this.
So let me ask you this.
Okay, soldier. This. You text that and I didn't read it like that. I just read it like you this. This man says, so let me ask you. Ted
this.
This boy stupid, man. Well, Yeah, man. I hope next week you come back a little bit more refreshed. Also for y'all viewers, for y'all subscribers, listeners, Martin and I do game. So if you want to get on the game with us, let us know. Shoot us a DM on any of those social medias as I mentioned, or if you'd like to just watch us, we do stream on Twitch quite often. We will have a more set schedule soon, but in the meantime, just subscribe to the Twitch, turn on your notifications, and when we go live, you will see it. And we do have cameras, so occasionally you'll see Dream, Pablo maybe.
Yeah, that's the key right there. Tune in for Dream.
Yeah, for real. Well, man, I hope next week is better for you.
Can't imagine it'd be much worse. I don't know. We'll find out next time.
All right, bro. Until then.
Whew. All right, man.